Hi everyone, Eros here. Today in this podcast, we're going to be discussing about anaerobic systems and why Biocleaner microbes are makes life more convenient for anaerobic digesters. Today we have here some guests. With me here is Bill Court. Bill, you want to say something?
Yeah,
Introduce yourself.
my name's Bill Court. I've been a contractor for Biocleaner since 2010. My first project was Pepsi Cola Philippines in Cagayan de Oro. My email address is wastewatercleaner.bc@gmail.com. My Philippine number, which is on WhatsApp, is +63 908 810 0761.
And over here we have Phil. Phil, you want to share yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Phil Bartlett. I'm a manufacturer's rep for uh, Biocleaner in the New England area, in the northeast of the United States. I am my area code is 646-734-2891. And my direct email is Bartlett, BARTLETT, consultant@gmail.com.
Abdul, the man from Lahore. Can we, the sexiest city in the world?
Hello.
The sexiest city in the world, Lahore. Yeah, please introduce yourself.
Lahore is a very old city, like me, and I am working as a director in water care services and working with Biocleaner for last 11 years, more than a decade. And we have done a lot of projects in overall across Pakistan, and we have treated Colgate Palmolive. We have treated PepsiCo, Pepsi Cola bottlers. Here, the Pepsi operates in franchise manner, but Coca-Cola operates directly. So we have worked with textile, like combined fabrics, and other Manu Textile, very old name, and Shafira Chemicals, and many other Fabstop, Escorts, and textile chemical factories. And we recently learned a lot in USB anaerobic treatment in Pepsi Cola, and how how the high strength waste, 17,000 COD we treat. We will be discussing in this podcast. Thank you very much.
Now we have Venkatji. Can you, yeah, Mr. Narayana from Hyderabad.
Yes, I'm Venkat Narayana from Rally Technologies is our company name. And our company is about 11 years young, I must say. And we have the experience of working with Biocleaner for last 5 years. And I think we installed about 5 Biocleaner based sewage treatment plants. We are yet to experience the Biocleaner application for the industrial wastewater. And now we are trying to explore, how best we can, make use of Biocleaner for, especially for ammonical nitrogen reduction. I think I'm Srikanth is my colleague who is with me today. He's very keen to understand about Biocleaner and its application. Thank you.
Thank you. Shrikantji, you want to introduce yourself?
Srikanth?
He's on mute.
Unmute.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so Shrikant is with Reality Tech. If you want to get in touch with him, just use the same email address as Mr. Narayana. Anyway, so on a theoretical basis, our microbes, especially the Bio6 microbes, are facultative. So it's better to use it than others because when they become in its anaerobic state, the microbes are methanogenic, so they'll make it even more efficient. And still, you will not have sludge. The shell of the dead bacteria will also be consumed in the anaerobic state. Many times, when you have anaerobic processes, the proteins in the digester will break down and turn into ammonia. And over time, since you have small amounts of oxygen getting in there, they will form salts. These are essentially nitrates. And over time, it'll overwhelm the system. Then you have to, if you have a plastic digester, then you have to cut it open and disgorge that. Our system, because the microbes are facultative, it will denitrify inside the digester. So it's just easier for maintenance, easier to manage, less manpower. Yeah, so that's essentially it. So let's start with your first case, Bill.
Okay. The case Eros is talking about is about an HP print. It's not HP Hewlett Packard. It's a Hermes Patrimonio print. Their waste is kind of small. It's only 60 liters per day. But their COD is 250,000. So what we designed was a two-stage treatment. The first is using an anaerobic system, and the second is the aeration system. What we did was we first installed the sewer jockey inside the unit that's going to be used for anaerobic to generate microbes in it. Once we generated the microbes and we deemed they're mature, we started putting in the waste. And it was a 15-day cycle for anaerobic, and then another 15 days as they go into aerobic.
So how long did it take you to commission the system?
2 months.
2 months. Normally, if you ask the anaerobic digesters, the people who do anaerobic digesters, normally it takes them 4 months to commission a system. Normally, yeah.
Yeah. So after that, we tested the incoming the wastewater, and it was at about 220,000. We tested after it came out of the anaerobic system, it was down to 7,000. After 15 days of treatment, and it was discharged, it tested below 50, 30 to be exact.
Yeah. So this all COD, this is a chemical waste stream. Yeah.
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 So that's basically the how we did it.
Yeah. Abdul, want to talk about your experience with the UASB?
Can I ask a question before that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What is the kind of retention time, like the volume of the anaerobic digester and aeration tank for this installation?
They're both the anaerobic tank was a 1 cubic meter tank, so we had more than 15 days of retention in it.
Okay.
So, but we used 15 days as the treatment the process time for the batch, and then the aerobic had basically 30 days of because it's a 2 cubic meter tank, so it had about 30 days of aeration. But after 15 days, we discharge the water.
So this is a chemical waste thing, unlike a biological process, which is much better. Typically, in the interest of making it dummy proof, we recommend 1 day HRT per 10,000 ppm. Um, but on a theoretical basis, I have seen 25,000 go down by 98% in for biological waste. Again, this is a theoretical lab scale model where you can be more precise, right? So, anyway, so any questions? Yes, at that. Um, was there an ammonia problem that you may have with that
No,
system?
everything.
Okay.
Since they were not petroleum based, so we never had any problems about ammonia.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what was the amount of waste per day again? I missed that, sorry.
60 liters.
60 liters, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Abdul, you want to tell us about PepsiCo, man?
Uh, we have many projects on wastewater treatment here, and in chemical sites, uh, the textile dyes, auxiliaries, and on the food side, beverages and potato chips, and many trial as well. Like did very good trial with nutraceuticals and like Kershi and other factories who have food waste. And here we in Sundar we did a project that the effluent volume is 200 meter cube a day, and the process is potato chips and kurkure and is a food product, and the effluent comes with like a slurry, and we call it food waste, but high strength waste, about 17,000 ppm of COD, and the potato peeling, washing, and when you fry and discard and CIP and chemical cleaning and all, it comes in wastewater. And when we started, and we were expecting COD 7,000, and the actual COD spikes are 17,000, and on varying from 14,000 to 17,000, 16,700. And in equalization tank, we have a return of Biocleaner, and we used here. Before that, we did the piloting, and Bio6 we used here, and it cleaned water and digested all the organic stuff. And here we have an equalization. So
I'm sorry. So in your anaerobic digester, what only the anaerobic? What was the influent there, in terms of BOD and the effluent, or in terms of COD? What is the effluent of the FOG of the anaerobic digester? It's the HRT is 2 days, right?
2 days, yeah. It's
Okay.
2 days, and we break up COD in equalization tank as return is there. The 17,000 ppm in equalization tank is 7,500, and this 7,500 of COD and the pH 6.8 to 7.1. It feed into an aerobic. It was a retrofit project, so the hardware, the part of construction was already there. 2 days HRT of anaerobic, and when water comes from anaerobic, from bottom to top, and then it comes into aerobic, then the out is 450 ppm to 750 ppm. So about
Of
92%. Yeah, of COD reduction, and then the polishing, and then SSC, secondary clarifier, converting into a sand filter, and water goes and complying, passing the NEQ. So 150 COD. So anaerobic, we were expecting, because before that, I was thinking it should be underestimated the time that it will be commissioned in 3 weeks, but it commissioned in 3 months. And like Eero said, that we should estimate about 4 months, and 3 months. After 3 months, we start getting consistent result. And the key I found from there is consistent conditions and not fluctuation or short loading and anything in anaerobic part. It gives two good results without any energy and without any spending money on that. That in like third world countries, like in Africa, South Asia, like we are here. So electricity is expensive. Just we feed it with microbial stains Bio6, and when water comes out, is 450, 500, 700 ppm, and then you just aerate or polish it or biosand filter, like polish, and then you throw the main sewage, main sewer of the industrial state or the city. So our experience in this here, especially in the food waste, went very good. When 2 days HRT and COD reduction was 90, 92, 94, 92%. And we really appreciate that by doing this, following anaerobic and aerobic combination, especially because you do not have any much maintenance. Once you build anaerobic digester or tank or anaerobic zone, you have not any continuous aeration like aerobic. You have no energy. You're just feeding your effluent is consuming this organic matter and bringing you very near to the compliance. And our experience about this unit, about anaerobic, went good and find very effective in high strength waste, especially. And if you have any question that I can answer, I would like to.
So in summary, you're saying there's a 92% removal after 2 days of HRT. You have 7,005 as feed, and then you're getting around 490 to 750 ppm of COD, right? And
Yeah.
it took you 2 months to commission it. That's essentially what you're saying, to commission the anaerobic section.
Yeah, we have to be, what is my experience, that we have to be patient and have to give time to microbe to mature, to culture, in getting a good efficiency. Gradually, that with the passage of time, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks, and 12 weeks, it comes consistent and giving the results. Not
Okay.
panicking, especially, anaerobic.
Phil, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I mean, commissioning of anaerobic means like you will lower the Bio6 or the unit into the anaerobic tank, or you will put it in the aerobic tank and then recirculate.
You do a return feed. That's correct. You do a return feed.
Okay.
It's aerobic, yeah. It's put in the unit in aerobic, because the microbes are facultative. They work both way in aerobic and anaerobic zone. So we have a return pipe. It comes in equalization tank. It mix up with aerolift, and when properly mix up, then it feed pump into anaerobic part, and no unit in anaerobic, just microbes are present in our aerobic portion.
I mean, the Lays and all that, they use a lot of oil and all that, right, in the making of the product, Kurkure or Frito-Lays and all that. So, I mean, do they have any pre-treatment to anaerobic tank to take care of this high amount of oil and grease presence?
Yeah, FOG trap is there, and fat, oil, grease, and is what I have observed is mechanical trap, and pump take FOG free, and sometimes what I see a lot of FOG comes and they keep on monitoring and vigilance on not to allow it to enter into the equalization tank.
Yeah. So basically, what Abdul is saying is, you need a steady flow instead of erratic up and down flow, right? So you need a steady flow into the anaerobic digester, this UASB, and the upflow anaerobic sludge blanket system that they have. But if you want to, you can design the FOG being digested in the UASB. You can have it designed in. You may have a larger HRT because you have all that FOG coming in, but they do get digested too. You just have to design it as such.
Is there a USB? I mean, before the anaerobic digester?
No, the anaerobic is UASB.
No, I mean, here,
Anaerobic sludge blanket.
no, for the
That's anaerobic
Biocleaner.
blanket.
Yeah. So the return of 5% is given to where, like the USB, or no? Is a equalization tank kind of a thing.
What Abdul
Equalization
did was,
tank.
okay, yeah, okay.
It's I will share a schematic. It's first the pumping pit where the sand potatoes skin with the sand. When the truck comes, a lot of sand come with potatoes, and
Yeah.
then it
Alu
wash
is an Indian
and
term.
wastewater then comes into pumping pit. So sand sink there, and then the primary settling tank. So
Okay.
nothing is mixed just by gravity. The sand settling and potato peels, it comes out, and it feed then to equalization tank. Here, microbes with the 5 to 10%. Sometimes we increase the return. And what I learned that microbes are living organisms, we need to study their behavior with wastewater. And if you understand, and the key is the patience, the success key is the patience. You can wait and you don't quit. It gradually commission, and microbes eat up. Sometimes you see like a lot of FOG comes oil, like Lay's, fried chips, and they do CIP on weekends, and it slows down system. And but I feel there is some difference in the first world and the third world countries. Like if there are a lot of emergency tanks and other things to deal with emergencies, so you need to make the consistent pump working, consistent. You are feeding microbes, USB microbe and food, and if it spikes, like sometimes drives are very big, that the sand is coming and the pump is clogged or burn out. So they sometimes, if the operators are there, they increase the flow. They in night they sleep, or if so in manual things, you have to be vigilant. And key is the consistent flow with you make in equalization tank, consistent chemistry. Like sometimes water is not coming, and we are increasing the return. So it continuously giving the UASB a 7 cubic meter, which is our design values. So what we can control, try to organic loading, but hydraulic loading we have control, and this gives you a consistent result. So when it is commissioned in 3 months, the out COD, if you keep the flow constant, it will giving you COD 400, 450, 455, 475. The microbes have eaten up a lot of the strength of organic matter. Either it's that or food waste. Still, the key is the consistent flow. And now, like in our some where we think that everything you can put it in an effluent treatment plant, like in post-COVID and COVID, during amid COVID, and using a lot of hand sanitizer, lot of biocides. So they slows down the system because microbes are living organisms, and they are the killing one, the chemicals. Like we feel, we did in Formagen Limited and in the Singapore, and even many Indians saw that how microbes can treat fourth generation antibiotic residue. So the key is how you have equipment, you have microbes, and you have waste. What conditions we provide to microbes, and if the toxic, then the kinetics must be to deal that not a sudden shock that they can damage our bioenvironment. So this is what I learned in my last 11 years.
Right. Thank you. So after the aeration tank, you have what kind of a tertiary treatment or something like that, or secondary settling is? I don't think secondary settling is required because there will not be any excess sludge generated by Biocleaner generally.
SST is not required, but my experience, but the water is a bit hazy, like turbid. And if we have, we did a trial with sand filter, and upflow sand filter is tremendous working. It's worked like a trickling filter. And when a microbe mix, which is in, I think, in a million per ml or more than the microbial count, when they pass from downward to upward, so they, around sand, they make a layer, a film, and it acts like a biosand filter, it polishes, and water texture is very much improved, very clear, and I will try to show you the picture. The color is very low and it's transparent. And COD reduce 90 to 100 at this stage. So rather than an SST, a secondary settling tank, or we call in our local language, a clarifier, better to make upflow sand filter. It gives you a too much good results.
Okay.
Yeah, the upflow sand
I mean-
filter though, what it does is it's great for polishing, because once you leave your aerobic tank, there's a lot of microbes in the water. You just can't see it, right? And then you go through these things because they're geobacters. They tend to attract to other rocks, so they'll stay there. And number two, it can help denitrify. So the total nitrogen will drop after going through the upflow sand filter. So it's all about recycling later on, and it keeps the water nice enough for fish to live. Yeah. So that's in essence. Yeah. Do you have any other questions? Maybe on Ammon2 or anything else?
I think you were talking about Pharmagen. Can you just throw light on it quickly? I don't take much of your time.
I try to explain. Formagen Limited is largest API, active pharmaceutical ingredients making company, and they purchase the majority of the raw material from China and India, and they process it and the supplies to GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, which we eat augmentin. Their raw material is processed in Formagen. So their majority of auditors are from Singapore GSK, and the COD outcoming from the effluent is 80,000 to 90,000 ppm. And it's a cyclic aromatic, and when the major compliances are even there must be no antibiotic residual in water, so it not contaminate the soil and water. So we, after pH equalization, we have just their aerobic zones. And when we commissioned the first time in the piloting, and the microbes die off, and the general manager said me that take it, it's not, you will fail. I said, give me 6 weeks more. Then we keep it dilute with the same water. That was our second project in Pakistan. So we make a dilution line. And like I say, we enrich the consortia, the microbial in Aquila, and by wheat flour atta and some NPK. So when it was rich, we then started contact of effluent and it start treating. And with gradually we increasing the load and we treated. And now 9 years passed, and the Dalda people came here, Unilever, and they said that how the tiny air blowers are maintaining the DO level and the treatment. And the CODs, there is a pomegranate, anar plant, and there, and grass is there, and it's very good. Our experience of treating the fourth generation effluent, sulflexin, sulfatrim, sulfachlor effluent with Chem5. The stain is different. It's not Bio6, it's a Chem5, and they chew up the organic matter. Chemical,
Yeah,
and
but
it's very
Chem 5
good.
is not destroyed by antibiotics, right?
Again, what I see, the chemical kinetics is the biological kinetics. And if you increase your left to right or right to left equilibria, and if you see the microbes are dying, you need to slow down adding this. But I found Chem5 breaking aromatics, which is very hard to break if you know the chemistry and like the cyclic compound. The process is like the car is running on the hilltop. So very slow. So we did it, and now the 9 years passed. They are complying. They are in compliance, and I have no smell. When you see the formalin, where the water comes, you can't eat 3 days. What I observed there, even your lips are so bitter, you can't drink anything. And when there is the biocleaner unit, you go there, you can easily respirate, easily breathe, and just the microbial shift. But I have worked with many technologies like AOP, advanced oxidation. It's my passion to work a lot of explore technologies. But I found in best interest of our country and think that with lowest OPEX, only 1.5 kilowatt air blower, anaerobic, zero energy, here electricity, what we call the Bijli is too expensive. 47 rupees, we see rupiah per unit. So it's too expensive. So without electricity, is anaerobic, USB or anaerobic. And in this, we never, in my 19 projects, we have not added any flocculant, coagulant up till now. But we treated leather, effluent, and these are the factories like Manu and it's you say Manus and Shafira. They are pre-partitioned from industries from 1940s or like that. So very good references here. Treating effluent with just natural microbes, Bio6 and Chem5. No sludge and no other supportive chemicals like lot of inventory costs and take the flocculants or coagulants. We are not used in any project.
So there is no primary settling at all, like even in the industrial effluent treatment plants.
There is like in potato chips, primary settling is there. Otherwise, a lot of sand will foul. The system.
That's right. But there's no usage of chemicals. It's only natural settling.
Yeah, it's just by gravity, natural settling, and not any polymer. And in Pharmagen, we have just a pH correction because the pH is very high.
Right.
And yeah, otherwise there's no chemical.
And
very good.
So, I mean, whatever is your oldest installation, rather. Did you take out any sludge once in a year, 2 years, or something like that in the anaerobic digester or, anaerobic tank or aerobic tank?
In anaerobic, there is no sludge. It's just you can say that 4 or 6 inches layer on the bottom. Aerobic, I think in Colgate-Palmolive we removed once in 6 years. Once in a 6th year, and just we call it bio bed, and just remove one browser. And it's not like sludge. We can say because the regular production and going out. And it's when we work, we do many jar testing as well. But the key is how we commission and what thing if it's not passing, maybe that reason and how to address that is the key.
Okay. The efficiency or the performance of the system during the commissioning is measured by testing the outlet water, let's say how the reduction is taking place in anaerobic digester. So by taking the samples periodically, we test, or any other way of testing the progress of the commissioning.
I have seen you used a heart photometer, but there are no online sensors. And even I know many in India who are working for the multinational like French companies, and they are in the business of biosensors and sensors that can you can see the real-time monitoring about what we are feeding and what we are getting out. And initially, like many multinationals are making it from the titration base, like we use COD vials. But now smart sensors are there that can tell you immediately within a 30 seconds. One of the companies is Aqualabo, the French company. They produced equipment, and they can directly the equipment is there and you are sitting in your office, you can get the real-time data on your cell phone or laptop or any control room.
Yeah, that's basically you're talking about the online instrument to measure COD, right?
Yeah, and the main thing is you put a sensor or on real-time monitor, we say, and then the first we commissioned was a textile, and that for that I call. I told you, Eros, I received call from India, and he said that spoke about the textile, about Nishat. And I said, how you know him? He said that my son and the Nishat owner, Mansha's son, were roommate in UK. No, I'm reading. That was the first textile we commissioned, and the main thing is the nature of waste and the data generating continuously. Many clients do not agree to invest on data. Like it's a doctor, when it's scheduled, you go for the X-ray, MRI, or blood testing, you have to get the things for the doctor so he can diagnose or tell about the patient, about his condition. Here is the same, and you need data of what you are feeding and what's the outcome, what are the conditions. Maybe you need to slow down the effluent rate. Maybe you need to adjust some pH. You go through some consultant or you get that at what pH anaerobic is best, what temperature it is. Like here in Pakistan, in Lahore, the temperature falls to 4 degrees centigrade in winter, and in summer it goes to 48. So a lot of yeah. It's the real-time experience. What you are doing in Hyderabad has no alternative, and is you on the driving seat, and what you know is the best in that circumstances. What I believe, the outside sitting person like me or heroes or Phil or Bill they can give you advice, but what is you are observing and what direction and what you change and you notice and you write down and make your notes. And next project, it will be a lot of memory bank, and it's called the experience. And it will give you a lot of benefit. That's how the next project, or even more, if you have multiple projects in the time, you can do that. Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
I just want to add something else about Ammon2. Ammon2, the good thing there is that it's a very, this set of 2 microbes is normally very unstable. So a lot of people keep on pouring microbes, and it doesn't work because it's unstable. But if you leave it alone and don't look at it, don't touch it, for 2 months it'll stabilize. Yeah, because it will have so much more, and there is no sludge with Ammon2. Yeah, it will just, if you leave it alone, it will stabilize. It will self-commission by itself. Just leave it alone, walk away. That's the beautiful thing about it. But you know, you have to be patient. Some people keep on changing it, keep on moving the units, and then that actually doesn't help it stabilize. So if you lower the OS unit and just leave it alone, don't touch it, don't look at it, and then it should be fine. That's in a nutshell.
You mean to say, like, once the anaerobic and aerobic tanks are filled, we have to leave it for a month or two without, loading with the new
No,
effluent.
the Ammon2 only works in aerobic. You need oxygen to degrade ammonia. So it has to be in an anaerobic state. But don't move the units around. If you have diffusers, leave the diffusers, just put in the OS unit and just walk away. Leave it alone for 60 days or so, and you'll see the thing dropped. And then Renan used to do these things for, in LA here, there's a place called West Basin. And we did some testing with them. And how low did we get it to? For ammonia?
I don't have the data right now.
Okay, yeah. So in ammonia, you'll get down to drinking water grade. West Basin needed it to get it down to drinking water, which is 0.1. We guaranteed. Why? Because the microbes keep on multiplying. And so the HRT, whatever they have, will become enough as it grows out more.
No anaerobic required?
No. You don't want anaerobic for ammonia. It doesn't work. Your ammonia will not go away. You do not want anaerobic, just pure aerobic. Yeah.
If I would like to,
Mhm.
if I would like to address both COD and ammonia, then in that case,
You still leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It will self-commission. If you have just aeration, just put Chem 5 and then you put ammonia, Ammon2, it will just commission.
Yeah, just aerobic. And
Yeah.
in,
You don't
if
need to
ammonia
keep
is
on
in
putting
anaerobic-
BOD. Some people will put in BOD to give food for Ammon2. You don't need that. Yeah, the Chem 5 will produce microbes, and the microbes, when they die, is the BOD that will allow Ammon2 to multiply itself. That's the trick. Because if you want to speed it up, you can always put more stuff in. You can put in more BOD, and then it will help it. But I would rather prefer that the Ammon2 gets its biologicals from the microbes. It just makes it easier. Why try to kill yourself? Just walk away. Don't try to kill yourself. If you wanna, if they're requiring you to test every day, well, just go in there, test it, but don't touch it. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last thing from my side. In our countries, the client thinks they can add anything in wastewater, which I find now is not good. They meant that the wastewater treatment plant is meant everything you put, and we face these challenges like detol and phenyl in our factories or culture they use a lot, and they put and keep on draining. And it's not everything like sand is coming, oil is coming. is not meant for that. The things they have to physically can separate, like fat, oil, grease, like sand, like aloo peel. We call it chilka, potato peel.
Yeah.
And they, when they stuck and they comes, and ETP is not meant. And if the better they have a pre-treatment is not the physical and also the cultural. Like I say, the factory manager, please control it. Don't send Dettol, don't send phenyl, don't send these pesticides or everything, insecticides in the wastewater. It slows down my process. So this thing is the corporate and thing. And sometimes I have to stand my person in night shift and morning shift to check out these things. The surfactant, a lot of surfactant they are throwing, and the foaming, and this thing is there. So if these are controlled, the system works very smoothly, very good way, and with no worries and no panic. But when these things comes, and the attitude or behavior that is my fact, is my right, or I can do that, is this culture needs to be changed and addressed. And if it's wastewater as per ethical sign and contract, it works too good, and no panic or nothing is like this clogging, and this is work smoothly.
Great.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Phil, you have more questions?
I could not see Phil today.
I'm sorry, Phil?
Yeah, I have a question for Abdul on Pharmagen. As I heard that the COD was somewhere like 80,000 to 90,000 parts per million. Once the process was completed, what was the discharge COD?
They have multiple anti-penicillin products, and the load fluctuate, sometimes 60,000, 70, 80, 90,000 of COD. When the water leaves ETP, the CAM5 process, the COD is 130, 140, and is passing and complying. And the huge HRT is much more there, 28 days each tank.
They used to put fish in Pharmagen. Do they still have fish?
We put the person who was in charge died in COVID, due to COVID,
Shit.
and he put tortoise, and they were there. I saw myself and tortoise, and they were planning to put another tank, but the pomegranate, the tree was very green, lush green, and before that, Phil, where the wastewater, we raised the land, wheat crop, gandum, and rice, like that. So when we put the wastewater where fell, the grass burn out, and no crop can be there. And after this treatment plant, lush green grass and pomegranate was there.
Good. So once again, just I heard that the load fluctuates a lot. Okay, but then does the COD get down to 140? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's 132, 128, 97. It's also varying, but equalization tanks, they have 3 tanks in old fashion, and this was the unit. I had a few friends there, and they tried to, one Indian company passed this effluent from a carbon bed, carbon filter, but a lot of carbon had to consume to absorb, and then the disposal of carbon was another challenge. So this they because they learned many things by traveling for the raw material inspection, China, India, Singapore. But when we did the trial, and they saw no chemical and no Holloway and no other things. So they selected this Biocleaner, and we commissioned and the new tankage, and where the old were used just for equalization and the pH correction, and up to 90,000 COD loading. But the treated effluent was, and if the guy, and he passed out in COVID, otherwise he was on it and making another tank and putting fish there. First it was there and it died, and then tortoise, I saw the tortoise there, and it was a good experience. That water which bound on the crops, and the same is water used for the crops and grass, make the lush green and the pomegranate, and later the salad of the factory labor was coming from there.
So tortoise is the Pakistani name for that fish, is that right?
Kachwa, no. Pakistani name is Kachwa. I think in Hindi is also Kachwa, or like is Kachwa. Tortoise is turtle. Turtle is also his name.
Tortoise.
But-
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's
Kachwa.
hat. Yeah,
It's
Kachwa.
called kachwa. Okay.
Yeah, turtle. Like the kids ninja turtle. So it's turtle.
Okay.
And we have a fish here, dola fish.
Dola.
Dola. Yeah. It's like rahu, but it can tolerate more COD. Yeah.
I only have eaten rohu only because in LA they have rohu fish in Bangladeshi stores and all that stuff. So
Yeah, rahu is famous. Like I was drinking lemon water, nibu pani. Like in summer you have the traditional, like lot of water. Thirsty, you feel pyas, and so our traditional names are Ravi, Patan, Byas, like these things. Is we call aloo, potato, aloo, and onion pyas. And these are our regular and traditional names. And in each handi, you remember when last time you came?
I just remember in Delhi I went to a McDonald's and they have a aloo burger, and I thought it was kind of tasty.
Vegetable, yeah.
It's a vegetable. It's a potato patty, and then it was very tasty. I thought, but it was kind of strange to eat a potato burger. Yeah.
It's a traditional, like potato, we call it potato kebab. It's called cutlass, aloo cutlass, and
Cutlet,
plow.
yeah.
You put,
Cutlet. Okay. Yeah. Cutlet. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So vegetarian stuff. Okay. Cool.
and even people make banana kebab.
Really?
Kacha, yeah, it's called not ripened banana kebab, and it's vegetable is very tasty. It's you eat the masala
Cooked.
and
Is it cooked raw banana or is it cooked or the banana?
is not ripened. It's a green vegetable, sabzi, and
Yeah.
they cut and cook, very tasty, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
masala, and yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for investing the last hour with us. I'd like to thank everybody for that. And if anybody else have wastewater needs, you can just call any of the four. Thank you so much for spending the hour with us. Thank you. Bye-bye.